All right, let's settle in for a story that's just truly enchanting. It's all about how one of nature's smallest creatures takes on its biggest, most colorful job.
So, our story begins in this hidden little valley, a place so peaceful that winter seems to fall asleep there and just forget to leave. You know the feeling? The snow melts extra slowly, the streams wake up so softly, everything is quiet, hushed, and just waiting for a little bit of magic to happen. And who is everyone waiting for? Well, they're waiting for Marigold. She is the tiniest bee in the whole valley, but her job? It's huge. See, while other bees are out gathering nectar, Marigold has this incredible, unusual task. She is the one who paints spring into existence.
So how in the world does one tiny bee paint an entire season? Well, her journey starts in a very secret, very special place. It's where spring keeps all of its colors. Here, in what's called the painter's meadow, the colors aren't just paint, they're practically alive. I mean, just imagine tiny, glowing pools of pure rose red, puddles of actual captured sunlight that almost hum with warmth, and this deep, shimmering emerald green on the leaves. It's a palette that's just made of pure magic. And her process? It's like this beautiful dance. First, she dips her tiny feet into the pools. Then, as she flies, a sparkling ribbon of color just trails right behind her. With the softest little touch against a bare branch or a sleeping flower, she wakes them up, and instantly, poof, blossoms and buds just burst into life.
For years and years, this was how spring arrived. Marigold absolutely loved her work, and the valley loved her for it. But then, one morning, something was wrong. There was this strange quietness, and it felt like the whole world was holding its breath. When Marigold got to the painter's meadow, she realized the vibrant life force was just gone. The rose red was now a pale pink. The golden sunlight was dim. All the colors had lost their beautiful glow. They were fading.
And because of that, the world was stuck. The valley down below was still soft and gray, the trees were bare, and the flowers were still sleeping. Without the colors, nothing could bloom. Spring was completely stuck. You can imagine Marigold's tiny heart just fluttering with worry. She sat on a cold stone, looking out at this silent, waiting world, and just whispered the question that held the weight of an entire season. But just as she started to despair, help arrived in a very quiet, very wise form. An old white butterfly, with wings that looked like parchment touched by moonlight, just drifted down toward her.
And the butterfly's answer was strange. Not what Marigold expected at all. He said the colors were tired. How can colors be tired? Well, they had been painting the world for centuries, the butterfly explained. But this year, they needed something more. And the solution wasn't some new tool or a special trick. It wasn't anything Marigold could do. No, the missing ingredient was something she had to feel. The colors, the butterfly whispered, they come from the heart that carries them. Wow, that was a revelation, right? Marigold had been so focused on her job, on the act of painting, that she'd forgotten something so important. So she just stopped. She listened to the little stream laughing over the stones, she watched the sunlight dance through the branches, and she just noticed how beautiful the world already was. And in that single moment of quiet appreciation, everything was about to change. Marigold was about to find the true source of her magic, and the world? Well, the world was about to be reborn. Slowly, this real, genuine smile spread across Marigold's face. It wasn't a smile for a job well done. It was a smile of pure, simple happiness. And that was the key. The very instant she felt that joy, something magical happened. A single drop of golden light fell from her heart right into the nearest color pool. And then another, and another. Suddenly, the pale colors began to shimmer and glow. They brightened and deepened until the entire meadow was lit up, warmer and more vibrant than it had ever been before. The butterfly just nodded as if he knew this would happen all along. The colors were simply waiting for her joy, for her sense of wonder. That was the real magic. So, with her wings sparkling and her heart just overflowing, Marigold flew back to the valley, ready to paint spring once more, but this time in a completely new way. Now, every single brush of her feet carried more than just pigment. It was infused with pure feeling. Her work was finally whole, complete. It was filled with 100% joy. And this made all the difference in the world.
The blossoms opened wider, the grass seemed to literally glow, the sky itself looked brighter. For the first time, the valley didn't just look like spring, it felt like it. You could hear it in the way that children laughed, in the songs the birds sang. It was like the entire world just took one big, happy breath. Marigold had learned the most beautiful secret of all. The colors, well, they're just a beginning. It's the happiness behind them, the wonder and the love for the world that truly brings everything to life.
And isn't that a beautiful thought? It's this amazing reminder that the most stunning changes don't start on the outside. They start with a little bit of light and happiness found deep down inside us.